Realistically, I just want to say that, at the end of the day, this alabaster on alabaster crime, it just needs to stop. Can't stop, won't stop. White on white crime because they get down. They get down. White on white, they hate us. They stay fresh to mess, smoke the best of the can't stop, won't stop. White on white crime because they get down. They get down. White on white, they love us. They stay fresh to mess, smoke the best of the. If you want to support the platform just in case anything like this happens again, you can do it by way of PayPal, Patreon, Cash App, and also by the Anchor. And you can also further support the platform by way of going to the Teespring store or the shoe store that is located in the comment section below. A Mormon man was allegedly arrested for having 20 wives, most underage, also allegedly having encounters with the fathers of some of his wives while forcing them to watch. Police arrested 45-year-old Samuel Police arrested 45-year-old Samuel Bateman and charged him with kidnapping and abuse of minors after allegedly discovering evidence of his misdeeds. Bateman is a self proclaimed prophet of the Fundamentalist Church of Jesus Christ and the Latter day Saints, a Mormon sect that practices polygamy, the custom of having more than one spouse at a time. In 2019, Bateman reportedly enlisted about 50 followers, and over the next 3 years, he allegedly convinced his male followers to give over their own spouses and daughters to become his wives. Police also state that Bateman and his followers transported minors across state lines to have encounters with them in hotel rooms in Arizona, Utah, Nevada, and Nebraska. Investigators formed a case against Bateman from documentary footage of a couple of shots of him and his wives. The footage allegedly included audio of Bateman giving several of his underage wives to three males for encounters. In the recordings, Bateman allegedly told the girls that they had sacrificed their virtue for the Lord, and that the Heavenly Father, in response to the girls' reported crying, is stated that it's a privilege to be hurt by someone else so they can rise. Court records state that Bateman also drank wine and had encounters with a male follower named Moroni Johnson in a Lincoln, Nebraska motel room. Bateman reportedly called the encounter the binding of brothers and forced some of Johnson's daughters to watch while standing unclothed along his other unclothed wives. In August, police arrested Bateman in Arizona for endangerment. While in prison, he allegedly called one of his young wives and told them to delete every message right now from his Signal account, the encrypted message app. While his family bailed him out, police arrested him again 2 weeks later for the destruction of records and tampering with evidence. Arizona authorities took 9 of Bateman's underage wives to the State Department of Child Services, but 8 of them ran away. Police also believe that 3 of Bateman's older wives drove the 8 girls to an Airbnb in Spokane where police intercepted them. I want to know, these are the same group of Caucasian individuals who like to state that black people are cursed and or curses due to the fact that God made them black. I just I just want to state that. I just want to state that. Like, I find it very interesting, right? How you have these types of religions that are directly out there, and they're allowed to persist. They're allowed to be out there, knowing the fact that they are teaching people to do very negative and or illegal things, right? They're bringing minors across state lines so that nefarious things can happen, so that nefarious activities can take place, and you have other adults that are enabling this type of debauchery to take place. Like I said before, they don't look black to me, don't sound black to me at all, and it's amazing, right? Because the main thing that I always hear from a lot of people whenever I cover, a multitude of stories, dealing with black men is like, yo, where are the black men of the community? Where are the fathers, the brothers, the uncles, and so on and so on and so on to protect the women and the young girls and elders in the community? Where are the men in all of these communities to come out there to protect these young girls to stop this from happening? Where are they to go directly into these gated areas to snatch these young girls away so that they can be deprogrammed, because this is not the way that life should be going. It shouldn't be so that you got a dude that's like 30 or 40 sitting up here trying to wife a 12-year-old or a 9-year-old. Like this is crazy. This is crazy. And it's like I always bring up stories like this to showcase the fact that there is one main group who always does this. They've historically been doing this. But every single time you try to put a light directly on this, people want to sit up there and start looking elsewhere. People want to start looking elsewhere. Remember, this is in America, right? These are true Americans that are doing this. These are the Europeans, the pagans, the pilgrims that quote unquote founded the land, right? This is their behavior. This is their beliefs, right? They feel that this is their God given right to do this. And then not only that, the dude was like, "Hey, I got a brighter idea. We're gonna do what's called, in prophecy land, in this fictitious land, we're gonna call it the binding of bros, the binding of brothers before God." What? What? Like I'm just trying to really wrap my mind around this whole story, and then this dude got the nerve to sit up there and say that it is an honor to be defiled in front of God. What? So that somebody else can rise. Huh? What? What? The amount of stuff that is being said here and how people enable this is ridiculous. And then not only that, like I said before, I've questioned where are the men at, and I obviously know where the men at. They're obviously subscribing to this because, as you heard in the story, the father was like, "Hey, I think it'll be a good idea to, give over my daughter directly to this prophet. I'll be in the good eyes of the Lord, and maybe I can get in some of that bro bonding or that bro pairship, that brotherly love." Craziness. And then another thing is where are the mothers at? Where are the elder women? Because I'm pretty sure it gets to a point in time in their older age where they're like, you know what? This has been going on for too long. This is wrong. I got to figure out a way to get out of here. Right. And then I've watched some of these stories and these videos. And the most interesting thing is that even if you have some women that view it as wrong and they want to get out, you have other women that know that it's wrong, but they're still going to stick by the side of the prophets and or the men in the community, and they're going to snitch, and they're going to stop the women from trying to escape. Look at that. Look at that. They know it's wrong, but they're afraid to escape or slash don't want to escape. So just because they're not leaving, they don't want anybody else to leave. So they're like, well, if I'm going to suffer, I'm going to make sure that you and your kids also suffer just like me and mine's are. Wow. And this is the main thing that I try to tell women, that no matter how much you feel that women are behind you and support you, you have other women that are betting and that are waiting to just get a chance to make your downfall basically take place. And that's all this is. You think that there is a crab in a barrel mentality when it comes to black people? Oh, you should look at it in the Mormon religion. You should look at it when it comes to Caucasians, the real, right, true Americans. If there's anybody that suffers from crab in a barrel and all of those other negative things, look at the source. Look at the originators. But, like I said before, it is what it is. This is America.